Welcome to the So You Missed Church podcast. We are happy to have you here with us today. Happy Monday to you. This is Clint Daly, and I'm hoping that if you missed church this week, maybe you couldn't go, maybe you wouldn't go, maybe you didn't want to go, maybe you just didn't go, maybe you didn't even miss it that much, that we can still help you get your week started in a positive way. A young man is sitting at the bedside of his dying father. And in a weak voice, the dying man said, "Son, I know I'm not going to live much longer, but I can smell that your mother is baking my absolute favorite dessert, peach cobbler. I can smell the peaches. I can smell the butter and the brown sugar and the cinnamon. And you know, that is my favorite dessert that she's ever made. She makes it with that homemade whipped cream. She makes it with those good sweet peaches. And just the smell of it takes me back to so many years ago when we first started dating, and she made it for me back then. It has remained my favorite dessert of all these decades we've spent together. And son, I'm not well, but I would just love to taste that peach cobbler one more time. Son, go to your mother and tell her this is my final wish." And the son leaves, and he comes back. And the father is struggling to sit up. He is so anxious to take these final amazing bites of his life. And the son says, "Hey, sorry, Dad, Mom says that's for after the funeral." Yes, I know, that one got a little bit dark, but I tell that story for one very specific reason. And that is because there is a little bit of truth to it. Because how many people do we have in our lives that we don't always tell how much we appreciate them? You know, I was raised in a house that had a lot of love in it, but we didn't always say it growing up. My wife was raised in a family where they said, "I love you" every single day, every single time you saw somebody. And when my mom went through cancer, and then we lost my dad a few years back, my family actually started saying, "I love you" more than ever, because I think it kind of hit us all at once. Hey, time is not guaranteed. Anything can happen. We don't like to think that way, but we have experienced the fact that anything can happen. We kind of have to be that way. And that is something that I've really had to work on, because I'm not like a big hugging person. I am not a big tell you I love you person. And it is funny because if you ask many people in my life if I am that way, some of them would say, "Well, yeah, I think he is." Well, that is something I have learned in my life from my wife and from my wife's family, and then from my friends and my family as well. But today we go to the Gospel of John in chapter 13, and Jesus is talking to his disciples, and he's telling him, "Hey, I won't be around forever." And he is conveying this very thought, that you had better value the people in your life that you love while they are with you. Jesus says, "My children, I will be with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and just as I told the Jews, so I will tell you now, where I am going, you cannot come. A new commandment I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." I've mentioned this before, but I used to be a basketball coach. And I had coached boys high school basketball for a number of years. And I actually switched very late, and I coached girls for about 5 years. And I had one girl on my team, and she was just that kid. You know that kid? The kid that gets it. The kid that seems a little bit older, a little more mature than everyone else. The kid that is kind to everyone and is a leader and is just that special kid. I actually used to have her go pick up my kids when they were little from school, and she would bring them back to basketball practice so that I could get ready for practice. She was a team captain, and she was just one of those amazing kids. She had graduated from high school, she had gone on to college, and she had graduated from a university and had pursued a degree in teaching kids with special needs. I told you, she was pretty unique, she was pretty special. And she had the heart to do that. She had the patience to do that. She was just that kid. Well, she had gotten engaged, and her fiance had come home for Christmas and they spent Christmas with her family. And when they went to go back home, they realized they didn't have enough room in the car to take all the presents because, everyone was buying them things for the new house. So her parents filled up their car too to help them get everything back home. And on Christmas night, driving home, they were hit head on by a driver going the wrong way on the highway. And her parents ran to the car only to see her die in their arms. Now, I don't tell you this story to start off your week on a sad note. It was a horrible story, and it's a sad story, but I tell you this to remind you to tell the people in your life how important they are to you. Because life is not guaranteed. And I tell you this story because the last words her parents had said to her as they got in the car were, "I love you," even though they were going home with her, because they always said, "I love you." Because they said you never know what could happen. And I stress that to you today. Don't wait. Life is not guaranteed. Every second we have on this earth is a gift, and sometimes we forget that. But take full advantage of it. Pettiness and jealousies and perceived slights, they are menial. They are insignificant. Push that stuff to the side and tell the people in your life how much they mean to you. Don't look back and say, "I wish I had." Don't save that peach cobbler for after they're already gone. Hey, remember, you can always contact the podcast at youmisschurch@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear what you have to say. You can follow us on Facebook or X at YouMissChurch. You can subscribe to the podcast anywhere podcasts are hosted, or just go over and find us on YouTube. Hey, we would appreciate it so much if you shared the podcast with maybe just one person you think would benefit from hearing it. Hey, I wish you all a very happy Monday, and I hope that you have a great week.